Hi, this is Dr. Shabana Sultana, working as an associate professor in the Chevron Engineering College. Today, I want to discuss about the mechanical properties of the polymer. In the mechanical properties, first we will see about the crystallinity. What is the type of crystals nature in the polymer? In the polymer, it is not completely, polymers are not completely crystalline in nature. It contains 60% of crystalline and 40% of amorphous nature. That means it is a mixture of crystalline and amorphous region. And the polymers is crystalline if all the molecules are arranged in an orderly manner with symmetrical orientation. Orientation means arrangement. The degree of crystallinity depends upon degree of polymerization. Degree of polymerization means number of repeating monomeric units in the polymer chain. And it also depends upon the tacticity of the polymer. Tacticity means stereoregularity of the polymer. That means the arrangement or the orientation of the monomeric units. And depends upon the tacticity. There are three types I already discussed in the previous slides. They are atactic, symbiotic, and isotactic polymers are there. So the degree of crystallinity depends on these two factors. They are degree of polymerization and tacticity. The crystalline polymers, it also possesses the high density, sharp melting point. It is a strong polymer because the major percentage of the polymer contains crystalline, and the arrangement of the molecule is also in the orderly manner. So it is a strong crystalline in nature. As the arrangement of the molecule is in the orderly manner, it is having the sharp and high melting point. The density is also very high. As the arrangement is in the orderly manner, they are brittle and hard in nature. And amorphous polymers, they do not possess the melting point because amorphous polymers contains the molecules are arranged in disorder manner or irregular fashion. They do not possess the melting point, but softening points are there because this amorphous polymers is not as much as strong as that of the crystalline polymer. So this is about the crystalline property of the polymer. So polymers are never completely crystalline. Crystalline region if amorphous regions are together are there. The polymer behaves as a crystalline if all the molecules are arranged in orderly manner with symmetric orientation. The degree of crystallinity depends on the degree of polymerization and tacticity. Crystalline polymers possess high density, sharp melting point, strong, brittle and hard in nature. Amorphous polymers do not possess the melting point, but softening points are there. And coming to the next property, that is effect of heat on the polymer, effect of temperature or heat on the polymer. If the polymer, if the polymer, if it is subjected to heat, or if we raise or increase the temperature, that temperature is known as melting temperature of the polymer, which is indicated by the letter Tm. If we increase the temperature to the polymer, it becomes flexible, elastic, and rubbery because it becomes fluid or semi-liquid in state because it starts melting. That temperature is known as melting temperature. If the polymer, if it gets cooled or if we decrease the temperature or lower the temperature, that temperature is indicated by the letter Tg. Tg, that temperature is known as glass transition temperature. Because why why we call it as a glass transition temperature means if the polymer, if it get cooled, it becomes hard, brittle, and glass-like state. That temperature is known as glass transition temperature. So, what is the effect of heat or effect of temperature on the polymer means? If it lowers the temperature beyond which the polymer becomes hard, brittle, glass-like, or temperature at which the polymer experiences the transition from rubbery to rigid state is called glass transition temperature. In this state, the solid tends to shatter if it is hit, since the molecular chain cannot move easily. Because of hardness, the chain cannot move easily and it becomes hard and shattered. That temperature is known as glass transition temperature, above which the polymer, above which the it turns to be flexible, elastic, and rubbery. That temperature is known as melting temperature and it is indicated by the letter Tm. See here. This is a graph by taking the temperature on the x-axis and the heat flow on the y-axis. So this is the actual temperature of the polymer. If we increase the temperature to Tm, that is a melting temperature, it becomes soft and flexible. If we decrease the temperature or lowers the temperature, it is called the glass transition temperature, at which it becomes glassy state. So, glass transition temperature is the temperature above which the material changes from hard and relatively brittle glassy state into the viscous or rubbery state as the temperature is increased. Each polymer with an amorphous structure has its own unique glass transition temperature. Next, come to the another figure I'm explaining here. This is the same, the concept is the same. See here. Glass transition temperature, melting temperature. If we again increase the temperature, it will become rubbery, soft and flexible, and which is called the gummy state. Beyond that, if we again increase the temperature, the polymer becomes liquid in state. So this is about the effect of heat on polymer. Next, come to the significance of the effect of heat on the polymer. It has a significant parameter. What is the use of the Tg and Tm, that is a glass transition temperature and the melting temperature? It is an indication, this type of temperatures or the indications of the temperature region at which the polymeric material transforms from one state to another state, that is from rigid solid to the soft viscous state. And this, by using this technique, that is a Tm and Tg, that is a glass transition temperature and a melting temperature, it helps in choosing the right process. It helps in choosing the right processing of temperature in which the materials are converted into the finished products. So this is about the mechanical properties of the polymer. So coming to the next topic, which is known as a plastic. We already know plastic is a material which is having, it is an organic polymer of having a high molecular mass, and they are usually synthetic, most commonly derived from the petrochemicals. And it was the first synthetic plastic was, the world's first synthetic plastic was the Bakelite, invented in the New York in 1907 by Leo Baekeland, which coined the term plastic. So plastic is a material consisting of any of the wide range of synthetic or semi-synthetic organic that are malleable and can be molded into solid object of diverse shapes. Plastics are typically organic polymer of high molecular mass, but they often contain other substances. They are usually synthetic and most commonly derived from petrochemical products. So it was the world's first fully synthetic plastic was Bakelite, invented in the New York in 1907 by Leo Baekeland, which coined the term plastic. So these plastics are again classified depending upon the nature of the plastic. They are classified into two types. They are thermoset plastic and thermoplastic. So yeah, thermoset plastic and thermoplastic. What is thermoset plastic? Thermoset plastic, these are actually, it is a cross-linked molecule. The alignment or arrangement of the molecule in the thermoset plastic are cross-linked. That means, see here, this is one chain, this is one chain, this is another polymeric chain. These are, the polymeric chains are arranged in the crossed manner, and one crossed polymer and another crossed polymeric chain, which are interlinked by another polymeric chains and forms a cross-linked structure. So these molecules are cross-linked molecules, and this plastic, when it is subjected to heating for the first time, the plastic, if it is subjected to heating for the first time, it becomes soft and flexible. If it gets cooled, if that plastic it gets cooled, it is changed to permanently hard substance. If it again get heated, suppose if it is get again heated, it does not soft. Once if it permanently hard, it does not change its physical nature. The physical property of this type of plastic does not change if it is again get heated for the second time. So that is the thermosetting plastic. So yeah, the molecules of thermosetting plastics are heavier cross-linked. They form a rigid molecular structure. Rigid means hard molecular structure. Although they soft when heated the first time, which allow them to be shaped, they become permanently stiff and solid and cannot be reshaped. The best example for this is polyester resin and urea formaldehyde. Coming to the second type of plastic, which is known as thermoplastic. Thermoplastic, and these are long chain polymers. See here, long chain polymer, which is not linked with any other branches like branch chains or cross-linked polymers or network-like polymers. So it is completely the linear polymer or long chain polymer. That is, the molecules are very simple. One monomeric unit is joined with another monomeric unit in a simple manner. And coming to the mechanism in the thermoplastic polymer, if the polymer, if it is subjected to heating, it becomes soft, and after that, if it is get cooled, it becomes hard and rigid. If this hardened polymer, if it is again get heated, it again becomes soft. Like this, the process continues in a cyclic manner. So that is about the thermoplastic polymer. Because of its simple structure only, the physical property of the polymer is changed from one state to another state very easily. So thermoplastics can be heated and reshaped because of the way in which the molecules are joined together. The molecules of thermoplastics are in a lines or long chains with very few entanglements. When heat is applied, the molecules move apart, which increases the distance between them. When it gets heated, the molecules are move apart and increases the distance between them, causing them to become untangled. This allows them to become soft when heated, so that they can be bent in all sorts of shapes. The example for the thermoplastic is polyvinyl chloride, that is a PVC, and the nylon. So these are the classification of the thermoplastic. Coming to the differences between the thermoplastic and thermoset plastic. I already told you that it is softened on heating. They do not soften on heating. It is a long chain linear polymer. It is a 3D structure cross-linked polymer. And the type of polymerization is addition polymerization. In this, it involves, it is formed through the condensation polymerization. It can be reshaped and reused, but it cannot be reshaped. Thermosetting polymers cannot be reshaped and reused. And the thermoplastic polymers are the soft, weak, and less brittle. Coming to the thermoset polymer, it is hard and strong because of the 3D structure. Coming to the solubility of the thermoplastic and thermoset plastic, it is thermoplastic are soluble in the organic solvent, whereas thermoset plastic are insoluble in the organic solvent. It can be reclaimed from the waste. That means it can be regenerated from the waste. Whereas the thermoset plastic cannot be reclaimed from the waste.